the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all and welcome this evening.
Thank you.
Mr. Douglas.
Here.
Mr. Dissex.
Here.
Mr. Bruno.
Here.
Mr. Irwin.
Here.
Mr. Rando. Mr. Favreau, our attorney. Mr. Fair, our highway superintendent. Courtney, our water and sewer superintendent. Mr. Gwinnett, our zoning and codes officer. Shaka, our dog control officer. Tyler Jarvis, our deputy superintendent for highway. Helen Nurska, our historian. Guests from AES, the fellas, the bad boys, and our guests back here. And I think I hit everybody, and I'm Diane Miller, the town clerk.
Thank you very much. Moving right
And,
along.
excuse me, and Kristen is excused.
Yes. Moving right along, item 4 on the agenda for this evening. I'd ask for a motion accepting the reports as submitted by the department heads, please.
Second.
Jim, Eric.
No,
Any
JC.
discussion on those? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Item 5, you have the minute, you've all received the minutes of the regular meeting, last meeting, July 28th. Which is the motion accepting the minutes as presented. So,
Second.
Mel and Craig.
And
All
community,
in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Minutes are accepted.
community input, it's gonna be Matt's.
Happy to welcome Brandon Wade.
Yes.
Thank you. You have the floor, Brandon.
To speak right now, or are we?
Yep.
Oh, I'm just here to provide the town with a notice of claim. I will be bringing a lawsuit against the town and distributing out here under section 42 of the 1983 code for violating my civil rights in regards to my 14th Amendment right, as well as my lack of due process.
Thank you.
I do have a copy of any documents that you guys may want to have right now.
And then we need to discuss, Matt?
Nope.
Thank you. Go to the next.
Okay. Thank you. We'll move on. You said you will be filing?
Yes, I'm required to give a notice of claim first,
Okay.
but I'm 30 days
This is,
after.
this is just notice you're giving.
Yeah, this is just,
Thank you. Any other community input this evening? I guess that's the only one we have on the list.
Yes, correct.
Okay, we'll move on to item 7. Happy to welcome our Nathan Lowell and Mike from AES Northeast Engineering, and they're actually here this evening to give the board an update on the status of the wastewater treatment plant project, which is, I would say, well underway now.
You guys don't need to say you don't want.
so I was just going to have some things notarized so that we've got official certainty.
You have the floor, Nate.
Great. Good evening. So yes, the project is progressing nicely. If you've been down to the site, you've seen a tremendous amount of equipment and material moved. Mike can get into some more details here in a moment, but generally speaking, the contractors have been busy. The weather we've had recently has, from our point of view, put them back on schedule. They're working out of the bottom of the lagoon with the subgrade and bringing it up to finished grade for the footings and foundations. So that's going to be essentially the next week or two's work effort is footings and concrete.
Yeah. So what they've got specifically, for those who didn't know, we had about 60,000 cubic yards of material that had to come out of there. off, so I've got about 30,000 cubic yards that have to come back in. Some of it's gonna be direct borrow fill down on the east end of the lagoon, but a lot of it, I mean, I'm sure you've been around North Bend in the last few weeks. It's a pretty steady flow of trucks in and out, in and out, in and out, all day long. Everything's been going pretty well, like Nathan alluded to. We started out, we thought we were way behind. We looked at their schedule just a little bit ago. They're gonna pour all the footings for both buildings in one day, a day next week, and that will bring them pretty much right back to totally current. The weather's really helped a ton. They haven't lost a single minute to adverse weather, so it's been greatly appreciated. So as we move forward, we'll move forward with some building concrete will be the big focus for the next month. Also some site utilities will be going in, a couple deep manholes that have to go in, and then we'll start getting this building up out of the ground, which will be nice. You know, the lagoon will be a thing of the past by this fall.
Nice.
We've got some paperwork seems to be flowing pretty well right now. You gonna go over submittals or?
Just generally, we're about 70% complete with submittals for 3 of the 4 contracts. The other contracts approaching 30–40%. So we're doing pretty well with submittals on the project. The communication's been good with all 4 prime contractors, and all of their MWBE paperwork is up to speed.
Yeah.
And, progressive.
All in all, pretty good thing to be able to come here and not tell you that we're a month behind. Obviously, the budget is just getting started now. You've got 4 pay apps that'll be in front of you later. Those range from pay app 1 for one of the contractors to pay app 3 for another one of the contractors. But we're just getting started with regard to that. But things are looking pretty good. Like Nathan alluded to, the contractors are all playing nice in the sandbox, and that makes it much easier for both myself and Mike Kirk, who's out there every single day, when everybody's doing their part and not making a mess for somebody else to have to clean up. So, all in all, everything's going pretty well.
I know steel and metal will make things go a lot faster too.
Sometimes, yeah.
So I got a guy in the end of the North Bend Road on that, and Mike Courier, who's concerned about the trucks turning a little bit more on his lawn because of the narrow driveway. They said they would take care of it at the end of the job.
Yep,
Just wanted to
where they put the stone down right there, where they
just
turn
wanted to
on
bring it
the
to your attention,
sunrise.
yeah.
Yep, he came out, he did,
No, he's talking 22.
oh, on the,
22,
oh,
yeah, this
okay, oh, okay. Yeah, okay,
But he talked to one of the drivers and they said they would
Yeah.
take care of everything at the end. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're cutting the corner a little bit on him because it's
Yeah,
a
well,
tough entry, you know?
yeah,
The bigger
unfortunately,
trucks.
yeah, some of those bigger trucks there's no way they're gonna make it
Yeah.
without,
He's fine with it.
Yeah.
He just wanted to bring it to my attention. So,
yep. So noted.
thank you. Glad to hear the good news, guys.
Any questions for Nate or Mike, on the board? If not, I thank you gentlemen for keeping us up to date on the project, and certainly express some appreciation for the fact that we're on track.
Go have an early dinner.
Keep in mind that we'll probably pay for this warm summer with something we don't like in the winter time.
If the buildings are up, let us know. Yeah.
That's right.
Perfect.
We'll hold you to it.
Get the shell up, baby.
Yeah.
Getting the footers all in today, that's a big deal.
Yeah, well, they pay for the pump truck. The pump truck costs them the same, no matter how much concrete they pump.
That's all usual.
So if they can get everything ready, it's just, you know, it's just a big day that you don't have to stretch out over 3 or 4. So makes up about a week in the schedule. Just
You
by
guys rid
doing
of all the form boxes and boards they've been making too.
Yeah, well, yeah. So
They take up some room.
Yeah. No, things are looking pretty good.
Excellent.
We've exposed some existing electrical that is always an unknown.
Yep.
I think the existing drawings from the previous project were done pretty well. So it's helped us, I guess, check some of the boxes with underground utilities. There's certainly a lot more to go, a lot more work to go with finding underground things to tie into and so forth. But so far, there's been no major surprises on excavating.
Yeah, we're not waist deep in water, and that's the main thing. Could have been a big.
That's true, it was pretty dry when it was there the other day.
I was impressed when you guys got down to that layer of the lagoon and it was pretty
Hard.
solid and hard.
Solid.
It's like,
Yeah.
wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
And you did get the signed documents on the minor stuff that the waste people needed?
Yep, I went back to the contractor this afternoon.
Thank you.
Anything else, gentlemen? Yes.
Thank you, guys. Sounds great.
If not, I'd like to move along to item 8 on the agenda, which actually is one of the 4 requests for payment for the wastewater project. Application number 1 for the main building contractors. Motion, please, to...
Make that motion.
And Jim? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
$184,129.
Item 9, similar request for payment, application number 2 from the John W. Danforth Company, in the amount of $14,250.
Make that motion.
Greg, no? Any discussion on that one? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Request number 3 is application number 1 from K&L Plumbing and Heating, also for the wastewater treatment plant project. Dollar amount requested in this application is $20,496.25. Motion to...
Make the motion.
Second it.
Keep them rolling. Spend some money.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I know.
Like K&L ended up in there.
And then finally, 4th request for payment, same project, wastewater treatment plant from Triangle Electric Systems Incorporated. This is for electrical work. This is, they're actually the 3rd application. The amount tonight payable is $14,129.76. We have a motion in support of that, please.
Make that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Who's K&L's foreman, Randy?
The next item is an item we traditionally do every year before we start the budget year for 2026, and that is to pass a local law that anticipates that the town board may exceed the tax levy limit, which is generally 2% plus some adjustment factors. And I'd ask for a motion placing this resolution on the table.
I'll make the motion.
Craig?
I'll second it.
A resolution to hold a public hearing to adopt local law number 1 of 2025 to exceed the tax levy limit established in general municipal law 3-C if needed. Whereas the town board of the town of Peru is anticipating that the budget for the fiscal year of 2025 will require a real property tax levy in excess of the tax levy limit as defined by general municipal law 3-C, and whereas a local law is required pursuant to subdivision 5 of the general municipal law 3-C to authorize the town board to override the tax levy limit by the adoption of a local law approved by more than 60% of the town board. So therefore be it resolved that local law number 1 for the year 2025 entitled a local law to override the tax levy limit established in general municipal law section 3-C is duly introduced and be it further resolved that a public hearing on said local proposed law number 1 of 2025 will be held at the town hall on Monday, September 8th at 5:45 p.m. where the public will be allowed an opportunity to voice comments for or against said law, and be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately.
This requires a roll call vote.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Lane?
Yes. And in the way of explanation, just indicate, this is done before we start the budget process. Well, we will do everything in our power to try to keep the budget as we have the last several years under the cap or at the cap. It's becoming increasingly more difficult with prices rising, especially in the economy that we're living in, to be assured that that can happen without question. So this law may or may not be used depending on the success we have in developing the budget. That process we'll be speaking to in a moment begins in September and generally concludes in November, at which time the final budget for 26 will be adopted. Any comments or questions from any of you? Okay.
Be coming later.
Next item, we have item 13. It's just for discussion and acceptance. Is a proposed schedule of various meetings of the department heads and council members in the process of developing the budget for the various departments of the village and then bringing it all together. Ultimately, conducting a public hearing on what will be a preliminary budget that would occur as proposed November 5th and would be followed by a special meeting of this board to adopt a final budget no later than November 19th. Do any of the council members have any issues with those dates that are presented for you?
Not at this time.
Very similar to what we did last year.
Almost exactly, just dates.
Work well.
Just ask for a motion to accept the budget schedule as presented.
I'll second.
And is that Mel or Craig?
That was Mel.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the budget schedule is adopted as presented. Item 14 on the agenda, it's an announcement at this point. I need to announce that our Rennick, who's been our code officer for several years now, has announced his impending retirement to take effect as of the end of the last day of September. And has basically provided us with that knowledge so that we have some time to begin the search for a replacement code officer for the town.
Is that your birthday, last day of September?
29th.
Pretty close. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry to see you leave, Bobby. Been doing a great job. Appreciate your effort.
Thank you.
I'm sure you to stick around.
It's an interesting job with a lot of challenges here and there.
So just for the board's concern, my last official workday, I'm going to save some time, some of my vacation time and personal time, so Monday, September 22nd will be the last day of work. Last official day of work day.
Can you put that in writing so I have it, please?
It'll be in the minutes. Said it'll be in the minutes.
Just for his file and then New York State retirement costs.
Don't mess with them.
Okay, work will be where it's needed there. Yes, I think on behalf of the board, express appreciation. I know, as I said, I know the job is not always easy, but I think from the code enforcement point of view, in my short time here, I've seen a real effort made to do the job. to the best of your ability.
Thank you.
Anyone else have any comment on that? Other than that, I'd ask for a motion accepting the announcement.
Make the motion.
Craig and Jim. All in favor? Any opposed?
Reluctantly, aye.
Okay. Accepted.
Just going first, John?
And it's been standard operating reporting for the last several meetings. We have an updated project status report on the replacement of the bridge culvert, Telegraph Road over Dry Mill Brook. It has not changed since the last meeting. The issue that stands in front today, I believe is probably the remaining issue, has to do with the electric utility lines, which we do not yet have agreement on as to what's going to happen. Trying to bring the property owners that are affected and the electric utility people together. We're somewhat at the mercy of the electric utility at this point. Anything else, Mark, you wanted to add to that information?
No, it's pretty much the same thing. I talked to that Brandon from NYSEC again and see if there was any update on that study on the deadhead, and it's beyond him. It's out their headquarters, but they were talking about an upgrade all the way back to Danforth, Route 22. The deadhead, if
It's pretty dramatic.
so we've done everything we can. It's out of our hands.
Nothing more on the underground, that's totally out of the.
What's that?
The underground is totally off?
Definitely cannot do underground because it'd be too deep, it'd be under the structure. They have a problem with it. You know, and even if they went at the end, if there was room, they'd have to go through all the permitting. It's wetlands.
Yep. Can't do that. Start from scratch.
Any other comments on that at this point?
Not spending any money.
That does not, this is just an update report, it does not require a motion to accept that. Moves us to item 16 on the agenda. Council members, any further items that you wish to bring up this evening?
That's some other business. I need to apologize to Diane and to our code enforcement officer. I was supposed to go check on a barking dog and I got tied up at work, completely forgot about it. I hope the dog stopped barking because I didn't hear it in the house, but I'm not a very good code enforcement dog man. Sorry. Your job is safe when I'm around.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.
Well, no, there's more to it now, which I have to talk to John about.
Oh, great. Don't give me a bone. No good at
You
it.
just made me look bad in the neighborhood when they all asked if somebody was coming to take care of, oh yeah, our councilman is.
Well,
You know, Harrigan's ice cream is on the way home, man. I couldn't help it.
No, not a big deal.
Sorry.
Not a big deal, thank you.
thank you, Craig. Anyone else?
Okay.
Good. We'll move to item 17, department head comments. We'll start with Mike.
After the Culvert meeting, I went around and I did that grading of the roads. It's just a rough grade. I'm not an engineer. I know, just talking before the meeting, I did talk to Eric. I know he's went around. I'm pushing to go because I got to get that scheduled.
Yeah.
I don't pronounce as wild right now with state work and stuff, so
Oh, yeah.
the quicker I can, you guys tell me, we can do that 284 agreement, and then we can get it milled and at least get the planning stage of it, so. I'll move the money around where we got it for what roads, the quicker you can do it.
Okay.
Do we need a workshop to get together for this, you guys? I missed that other workshop.
Well, he listed those, you know.
Yeah, I got the list, I
so-
did, Dan sent the list, somebody.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna
agree
with the ones I think about.
Yeah,
Take the full board.
from the workshop, like we were saying, that is probably the smartest move for us to do in the beginning. catch those,
Allen
catch
Hill,
those and then you could
the
catch
Allen
the one.
Hill, 4,000 feet of railroad, which I think was the dam.
So can we put a motion on the table for him tonight to continue going forward?
That's,
I mean, I didn't look at them, but I took your word and we did go, and I mean, were you satisfied? I mean,
After after spending a couple hours riding around looking, I come to the conclusion we probably could pave steady for 5 years.
I gotta agree with you there.
So, but those two right now, by far, especially where that one pit is, there's a lot of use, and that road's beat up. Definitely.
yeah, and that would give me time, if that's what you agreed to, then we could do a small road where there's no culvert changing, there won't be a lot of money left. Those estimates are a perfect world with a true road, obviously. That road, neither of them are true, though with the butch box on Allen Hill, we got a lot of it, so that shouldn't be too bad, but River Road, they didn't quite get all the way, and the city had to go back into the city to work, so,
Yeah,
uh,
but it made a difference,
yeah.
definitely.
You know, it doesn't ride perfect, I don't like to.
No.
But it definitely filled the potholes and, you know, and it's just a temporary solution. It's certainly not a paid job, that's for sure.
No,
What about Donahue, which is in that same neighborhood?
Yeah.
That was one you thought you might be able to reach, at least the portion of it that's in deteriorated condition.
Yeah, and that's something if we pave, I'm sure we, you know, we'll continue, we'll start at Rod and Well Club, pull it one lane all the way to Donahue Road, you know, I'll have to divide the paperwork up,
Yeah.
split it, because at the sharp corner, it turns to River Road, so, but that's simple enough.
Will those roads get the same shoulder treatment as we did on Telegraph?
Yes.
Because to me, that helps keep those.
Ones and done, yeah, we switched that quite a few years ago, they always use gravel, so that's what I did, but then, you know, the wings of the plow, especially when the ground's not froze, they dig, it runs by gravity, so it just digs in and it, next thing you know, you're raking lawns or whatever, and, you know, the bigger stone, and at least once in dust, you know, you just usually take a blower and blow it back or whatever, for people, they want. Actually, a lawnmower, you just keep the deck up and halfway above it, it'll blow it back. And it looks better too.
It looks good.
seems to wear better.
I would, if there's no other sense of wanting to take more time to look at this, I think the proposal that's being discussed covers the most.
Yeah, you can get those two, and we'll have time for a small road later on.
Catch a couple of
It'll give you
smaller
time to
ones.
see where we won't have a lot of money left.
A
Maybe,
couple
I was
is-
thinking maybe Irwin Road or something like that.
Can I ask a question now?
Or we could do a little bit of Donahue too, while we're right there, it's either or.
When we were looking at it, I was questioning in my mind I didn't realize there's a pit up there that operates.
Yeah.
And at one time, that pit had relatively little
Yeah,
traffic in and out of it. as I
we just saw it that one time.
But that is no longer the case, and that may be one of the issues that's causing the deterioration of that
It's an old road too.
road.
Just the traffic I saw on Saturday.
Well, and again, I mean, we're beating our head against the wall if we just go and fix the road and the same volumes of traffic. At least in the spring when we have soft road conditions, I think either the road should be closed to heavier traffic, or there ought to be some limitation placed on it.
Definitely think we should look into that, especially in those.
Yeah.
Any kind of issues?
We used to have tonnage signs to go up in the spring for certain roads.
The Folsom?
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
nobody
yeah, you will have
enforces
to
them,
write
right?
that motion, but.
yeah, we haven't done it in a long
We can put
time.
them on, but
Yeah.
we never had luck.
No, I know, because you got police,
Because nobody, yeah, exactly.
but
Same guy who didn't take care of the barking dog could be in charge of that.
Dude, I'm all over it, man.
yeah,
Bring the barking down.
Eric isn't open, so.
Not for the barking, man.
Well, it's
Stay
just,
here for my house.
we're using public resources here to maintain our highways. And these pits are usually operated as for-profit businesses of one sort or another, so to some degree, we need their cooperation. if we're gonna continue to provide that kind of maintenance.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, 'cause even with putting more base and stuff down, which is gonna definitely help,
Yeah,
but still though, you know, these end dump trailers and stuff, what's the tonnage on them things, you know? So,
probably
Yeah.
36.
The other thing, the road is so far out of the district, you know,
yeah,
it's at
and
the
there's
end
no
of the-
scales or nothing, so you know they're loading it, so.
Mike, the sheriff's department won't do it.
What's
The
that?
sheriff's department won't
Yeah.
enforce it at all.
We never had luck, that's why we quit doing it, to be honest with you. We used to do
We
it.
still have time.
No. A lot of towns still do, town of Plattsburgh, I know does, but, you know, town of Plattsburgh, they're, you know, with the troopers and sheriff right there, they're more high visible, and you got commercial buildings, so the troopers tend to be in that area, so, and I think Beacon Town, so I know the county does. A lot of the county, full service, so they can't really get to ours anyway, so, but we could try it, it only takes, they can put all the
You know,
signs up
I'll
in a
say
day,
we'll
so it's not.
Chesterfield post some.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, as I just said earlier, budgets are getting, I'm projecting that they're going to be more difficult in the coming year and probably years beyond that as all these projects and other things come online. So we need to do something to provide some relief here so that we're not constantly going back and churning the same dollars for the same reasons.
Absolutely.
If we can do,
Maybe we could open a bar down there.
if we can get some cooperation on that one way or another, I think that needs to be part of the commitment to rebuilding that road.
Yeah, because it's just a matter of time, it's gonna look the same way.
yeah.
They're hauling that heavy out of there all the time.
Especially in spring and stuff. Shouldn't be on it.
No.
End of your report, Mike?
Yeah.
Dan, you have anything you want to comment on?
Weather's killing my concerts. If it's not rain, it's 92-degree heat.
Is that the name of the band?
Yeah, I wish. My band for this weekend canceled because their drummer got into a motocross accident and broke a bone in his neck and he can't feel his arm, so it's kind of hard to drum with one arm. So I'm trying to find someone to cover, so otherwise than that.
Okay, thank you, Dan. We'll move over here, Bob.
I'm all set.
I'm jumping out of order, just so I don't do the same thing every meeting.
Actually, I do have one thing. So we were notified today, Mr. Wilson, Justin Wilson, that's a planning board chairman, is going to be out of the country for a year. He's in the guard and he's being has to serve. So, and we're already 2 members down. So you hear me about the number of positions open. So now it's going to be very difficult because we always generally have one person that misses the meeting. So now we're down. So that'll happen after the first year. So it becomes that more important that they get members for the planning board.
I know John Ryan did put an article in the group was that and explained the significance of that committee and the benefits it provides the town.
Sure.
We'll just need to continue to push information out there.
Bob, I may have one guy, the guy didn't want to be an alternate, he said, so if he wanted to do it all the time, so I'll tell him tomorrow.
Yeah,
Let's have him get it.
Sure. Great.
Yep.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Courtney?
Well, you already heard all about the wastewater plant. Water plant, we're still on schedule for September 2nd. The West Tech pilot study and the basins. Jada applied to the state for the variance for the asbestos abatement, so hopefully that demo begins in the next few weeks. So we're not right now.
Good, excellent.
Guys have been setting up last week and this week, trying to get the soccer fields all set up.
Thank you. Ellen?
We have Peru Village and God's Acre Cemetery tours. scheduled for this Saturday, starting at 10. Well, we're starting at the Peru Village Cemetery. We're being the host. Daryl Altizer is doing the Peru Village Cemetery, and Howard Bell's doing the God's Acre. So we're getting promotion out there through the Peru Gazette, probably it'll be in the Plattsburgh Press, and on Facebook. So everybody's welcome. It's 10 o'clock behind the bank.
Thank you for all of your efforts to bring Peru's historical legacy up to speed. I think it's good. I know I stepped in the other morning when you were doing a chat with some 1957, 58 class members, and it was fascinating watching them speak and their memories rolling out in the community. And all of that's getting captured so that for our younger members of the community in future years, they'll have a reference source for everything.
We have another one scheduled for September 8th.
Which
And
class group?
I think a couple of them are 90 years old, so we're really looking forward to what they have to say. Yes, it'll be very cool. It's very interesting.
At 90 years age, they could write the history book.
Mm-hmm.
That's fabulous. Thank you. Chaka?
I don't have anything. I was gone for the last 2 weeks of July, so I kind of missed a lot.
We miss you too.
Can you hear them dogs in my house? What am I supposed to do?
Tracy?
Craig, hey, missed a lot.
Got an ice cream now.
Tracy, I know you always have a report to give us.
I think we're going to be starting third cut mowing as soon as blacktop kind of calms down. We got a truck in the shop right now, great job. So luckily, with the classes Mike has sent me to, we could leave that truck parked in our own shop and get the work done. I got new Kyle, kind of showing him some of the stuff that I've learned, some of the stuff I picked up from prior guys that have worked in the shop that have showed me little tricks and tips. So it's kind of nice because we can actually look over the components of the truck. We can clean stuff up, and really this truck will be good for plow gear when it's time because we're going to go right through it anyway. So, but we've saved a good chunk of change just doing it now. So
Thank you. We appreciate that. You aren't souping them up like your lawnmowers, are you?
but we do try to take pride in them. They cost a lot of money. So
Yeah, they do. You guys got a nice looking fleet.
and,
Tracy, you mentioned mowing, and who's responsible for mowing the drainage ditches along Bear Swamp Road between the firehouse and the traffic light?
that's a state road, so that would be state.
Lions Club picks that road up every month, and I oftentimes take that section myself. And there's a section through there that never gets mowed or cut. There's debris that's blown in there over the last 2 years that, if that were cut, that trash could be picked up and cleaned up. The other question I had is the Route 22 entrance sign, welcome to Peru, which is out here. That's the one sign that nobody seems to mow around. And sometimes right now the grass is probably knee-high. Something can be done to spruce that up a little bit.
I think that's state also.
Well, it's a state, I realize it's a state road, but
It's our Lions Club used to plant flowers and stuff like that.
I know somebody.
Mr. U-All used to do all that stuff.
the company's still doing the flowers at the other ones. I think they've been a little bit, I know a year ago, a couple of the guys went out and tried to cut some of the brush back from the sign. And I noticed the other day that just underneath the sign, all the rest of our entrance signs are mowed around, and that one's not.
Mike, did you have a name that we could call?
I'll throw my grass trimmer in my truck.
There you go.
Get that barking dog at the same time.
Not on it, but
No.
Get that grass trimmer, it's not
Maybe we
barking.
could borrow.
they're sporadic where they go, I know they're on the Northway, and then their state roads seem to take longer. I know my father-in-law had one of his hired hands do in front of the barn. Got sick of waiting. You couldn't see to get in and out of the barn, with a car or a truck, big truck. All right, so
I guess what Craig is saying, and I kind of agree, I mean, when you got the mower out there, you think there's a chance that, I mean, it may be.
It's more of a grass trim job than a mow job? Oh, I mean, you're talking about Bear Swamp?
I mean, it could be done with a weed whacker.
I can handle that.
Craig Rowe, thank you.
We usually do it, I don't say do again, that's Bear Swamp, but a lot of times when you come off from Telegraph by roads, they're, state road, if you're trying to look to the right, because you want to go left towards road, a lot of times you can't see there because they
Oh, yeah,
make one
right.
pass and we end up sending them over down there and get part of it.
Cattails grow right there, man, they get in the way.
You gotta be careful in Bear Swamp because it's called Bear Swamp for a reason. I worked on that road job, that was very wet. It's a dry year, luckily this year, so you go a little further probably. But a normal year, you're not going very far out Bear Swamp.
My niece didn't get her basement put in. It was above ground.
Anything else?
I think that's about it. Got some guys doing some culvert jobs in the meantime, weather being good. And then I think we're going back on blacktop for shared services for another town.
Yeah,
So
test the field pretty much.
just trying to keep
Wednesday.
equipment on the road and up to par.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You
I
owe
know-
me, you owe me 2
John,
tomatoes.
I know John Ryan isn't here tonight, but today I drove for the first time in weeks. I drove through Harkness to Lake Placid, and I saw the work they did on that culvert. It's quite a substantial difference in what's been invested there. Wonderful to have it reopened.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, if there's nothing further for department heads, we'll invite other members here tonight in the public that wish to comment on any of the agenda items that have been discussed. Any discussion?
You guys even doing your stuff? You didn't touch the roadhouse.
If not, I'll say thank you for attending the meeting. I wish more people would attend regularly. We're happy to have you here. Thank you. We'll move on to item 19 on the agenda, which is the resolution to pay bills. We have a motion to put it on the table.
Make that motion.
Craig?
I'll second.
And Eric.
A resolution authorizing the post audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town. Whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in August 2025. From Town of Peru vouchers for July 2025, number 2025-01111 through including number 2025-01188, abstract dated 8/6/25, for the dollar amount totaling $255,319.52. Of that, $15,842.55 is wired, credit cards were prepaid, and $239,476.97 remains to be paid for August 2025. Whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount, now therefore be resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to make such payment, and being further resolved, this resolution shall take effect immediately.
Roll call vote.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Duquette?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Randall?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I do have a personnel matter which I'd like to take into executive session this evening. So we have a motion. So moved.
Second.
Jamal and
Craig Bruno.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're in executive session. We may well have one more item to act on, come out of executive session tonight.
Jim?
Aye.
Second.
Right, Jim, take your time.
Good to see you.
Okay, and then we need a motion for the 284 agreement discussed for the paving.
Yep, I'll make that.
I'll second it. Continue on, Mike.
You made the motion, Craig?
No, Eric made it, I seconded it.
Seconded.
Yes,
All
sir.
in favor?
Aye.
Any
I am a pirate,
So we're going to go on that.
Did you go on
if there was anything confidential, you could write down for what happened back there.
Yes. Well, I'm going to ask for a motion to authorize the town to post for a replacement for the code office. Second for that?
Jim?
Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, so is there anything else to come before this meeting this evening? If not, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. So moved.
Second?
No? Greg? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.